Hello students, in this video we are going to learn the sixth unit. Now this unit is divided into two parts, okay? Sixth unit of standard 4th English. The first part of this unit is the poem Yavatha, which is about a red Indian boy, and the second part is the lesson named The Scholar's Mother Tongue. Now this is the picture of a red Indian person, what a red Indian looks like. Red Indians are known as Native American. In this age, they are known as Native Americans. But when Europeans came to North America, they called them Red Indian, maybe by mistake or because of the way they looked, because the sun is very bright in the states of North America, and the people of North America, the Native Americans, their skin turns red because of the heat of the sun, and that is the reason why they are known as Red Indians. Okay, so Red Indians are people of North America, the Native Americans. So the thing happened that when a group of people, they were very enthusiastic explorers, and they went in search of the country India, and when they got settled in North America, they called that place India. So that's why they are known as Red Indians, because they were basically Indians and natives of North America, because their tribe got settled in North America. So they were properly brought up in that place. Okay. Let's start reading. Yavatha was a young red Indian boy. He lived with his old grandmother Nokomis in a wigwam. Let me show you what a wigwam is. This is what a wigwam looks like. It is a survival shelter which is made out of some leaves of coconut leaves and parts of bamboo shoots. Okay, and they create a home, and Yavatha and his grandmother Nokomis, they used to live in this kind of a house which is known as a wigwam. Nokomis taught Yavatha about the wonders around them. Nokomis is Yavatha's grandmother. She told him about the stars, the trees, the insects, the birds, the animals, and many other things. Yavatha grew up to love them all. Now, since Yavatha and his grandmother Nokomis, they lived in the nature around plants and animals. So Nokomis, Yavatha's grandmother, taught him many different things about these animals, about plants, about insects, and how they are important to us. So that's why Yavatha also loved all of them. He could talk to the birds and the animals, and they to him. Now, since he was brought up over there, since he knew so many things about those animals, birds, insects, and trees, he used to communicate with them. He used to speak with them. And they were like his friends. Now, from here, the poem begins. Then the little Yavatha learned of every bird's its language, learned their names and all their secrets. So Yavatha learned about all the names of animals and about all the secrets. Now, what were the secrets? Let's see. How they built their nests in summer, where they hid themselves in winter, talked with them whenever he met them, called them Yavatha's chickens. So whichever animals were there, whichever birds were there, he used to talk to them and used to call them their chicken. Okay. Now here WHENE, and then there is a apostrophe sign. This is the sign of apostrophe, and here er is given. So this word whole together is known as whenever. when, when space ever, ever. Whenever in short is written like this, whene apostrophe er. Okay. This is the second stanza of the poem. Of all beasts he learned the language. Beasts means animals. He learned the language of all beasts. Learned their names and all their secrets. So he learned the names and secrets of birds as well as of animals as well as of beasts. How the beavers build their lodges. Beaver is a kind of animal which lives in water and they build like walls of mud and other things so that they can protect their shelter and that the water may not run into their house. Where the squirrels hid their acorn. Acorn is a kind of nut. How the reindeer ran so swiftly. Swiftly means smoothly. Why the rabbit was so timid. Timid means scared. Talked with them whenever met them. So he used to talk to them whenever he used to meet them. Call them Yavata's brothers. So he called the birds Yavata's chickens, and he called the beasts means animals, Yavata's brother. So this is the picture of the writer of this poem. His name is Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. He has written many other books and poems, one of which is the Song of Yavata. And here is the picture of the boy Yavata, who is a red Indian. You can see the similarity in his dressing, how the way he is dressed and how the way I have shown you the picture of the other person, the red Indian which I had shown you. Red Indian are known as Native Americans. You can see how he is friendly with all the animals and birds around him. So, moral of this poem is that you have to be connected to nature, you have to be friends with animals and birds, and if you be very good friends of animals and birds, you will understand what they speak and they will understand what you want to say. Okay, so have a nice day. I hope that you all enjoy this poem. Thank you.